Welcome to the Chef's Kitchen. I'm your host, Tina Marie, and today we are here at the restaurant school in Walnut Hill College, the premier culinary school in Philadelphia. And joining us today are Chef Henry Piotrowski, Director of Culinary Arts here at the restaurant school, and our student Constance. It's so nice to be here. So cheese making is the art of the day.
Correct.
Very interesting, learning to make mozzarella.
So she's going to start making a dressing. It's a poppy seed dressing.
So the base here we have
Oil.
just regular canola oil?
Yep, I have regular canola oil. We have sugar.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to melt the sugar in the oil, and we're going to add grenadine.
Grenadine, it's almost like a berry flavor.
It will be berry, but with the oil, it still will kind of
Tempers
sour
it
it out. Yes.
Okay.
And what we do is we let that completely melt the sugar. And she's going to add 2 tablespoons
of our poppy seeds.
Of poppy seeds.
So that's the chemical reaction that's taking place now. Then the sugar is melting into sort of like a glaze.
And
is
it's a
that
very
right?
high temp because sugar gets very high in temperature. And now what it is actually toasting the poppy seeds and bringing the flavor out much more faster.
So where do we begin? This is something that actually we can do at home.
Most definitely.
Right?
It's very easy. What you do is you want to start out with the curd first. It usually comes in 4 or 5 pound blocks. And I have kosher salt. What I did is I cut all my curd into smaller pieces.
Okay.
I'm going to add that to the boiling water.
Okay.
This is to the point now where it's all come together.
So it happens rather quickly.
Very quickly.
Okay.
I can shut off the heat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to strain out the milk.
Okay.
Now, the one thing you don't want to do is lose the milk. Because when you buy mozzarella cheese, it's always in that milky consistency water. That's what preserves it with all the salt in it.
So that's not just plain water then that it's sitting in?
No, now it's considered like a mozzarella salty milk.
Okay.
We have all the curd, which I'll take this out.
Ah, and look how it has really gotten to a
Yes,
stringy
it's
consistency.
just like the consistency of mozzarella now.
Very hot. Difficult to handle with your fingers because it's so hot. What can we do to
What
help
I
that
do
along?
is I always have ice water on the side. I get my hands very cold, and then I'll bring it out and work with it.
Okay, so there's a real technique to that.
Yeah.
And also you're using gloves.
It's like
which is smart.
shocking vegetables.
Yes.
Same idea. And what I'm going to do real fast is today we're going to flavor it with grapes.
This is the interesting part. You're going to actually stud it with fresh fruit.
Yes, and it's, again, cheese and fruit goes very well together. And all I'm going to do is roll it up in saran wrap.
Could you use different kinds of fruit?
Oh God, yes, you could use sun-dried tomatoes, you could use prosciutto, anything that you think that goes well with cheese, even other flavored cheeses, like you could put some smoked cheese in here also and change the flavor profile.
So it doesn't really affect the chemical reactions that are taking place, the different things that you add to the cheese?
No, not at all.
Okay, you can be creative then.
Yes. Okay, so you tighten it up.
Right.
You also, because we're going to serve this today, I'm going to put it in ice water. Okay, I'm going to bring the cheese out.
Okay. So now we need a knife to cut this, correct?
Yes.
Ready to slice?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give you some more room over here, Chef.
I'm going to unroll this.
All right, so it really has taken shape.
Oh, yes.
Taken its form.
Now you can cut on a bias to make it look nicer, and let's do that. We're going to do the bias.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Very interesting presentation. How the fruit is sort of embedded into the cheese. Very unique look to it. I can see where using a variety of fruits, even maybe strawberries or olives even would be.
Most definitely a tapenade.
You could be very creative with this recipe.
And what's really different, and you can let the viewers know, is that when you do this cheese, instead of using water, I've already experienced of using different flavored waters, like tomato juice, apple juice, and it gives the cheese a little different color.
When you're working with the curds, using flavored waters that way?
It just could be, I call them flavored teas.
Tomato
It's
juice
water or tomato juice and the salt.
Oh,
it all stays the
interesting.
same, and you have pink, the cheese comes out pink.
Yes.
You could do purple with beet juice, you could do saffron and make it yellow, but you're still flavoring the cheese.
Great way to add interest to a dish or to a menu.
So we have this, and the dressing.
The dressing also, brings out that fruit flavor too with the grenadine.
Yes, especially with the
poppy seeds.
grenadine and the poppy seeds.
Okay. Is this something that could possibly be served in one of the restaurants here at the school?
It might be. I don't want to give out my secrets, but I think we are working on this for the next semester.
Okay, here we go. Wonderful blend of textures.
Great.
You can really taste the poppy seeds,
Thank you.
interestingly enough. Lovely light summer lunch fare.
To see today's recipe and all of the recipes featured on the Chef's Kitchen, log on to chefskitchen.tv.